Hello?
Hey man, it's Kenny. How's it going?
Hey, what's up?
Good, good man. Thank you so much for being on the show. I appreciate it.
Oh, for sure.
I just started listening to your music as of last week. Um, Work 2, I believe that's the name of your mixtape, just came out. I definitely,
Yeah,
I definitely enjoyed the project. So congrats on that. Um, and we'll
thank you.
and we'll definitely get into that in a matter of moments. But first, what made you decide to be a hip hop artist? How did it start off for you?
I've been doing it, I mean, since far back as I can remember, and then some, like, even when I was as young as, like, 10, 9, 8 years old, just, I would, freestyle with friends and stuff around the neighborhood, or, like, I would take old cassette tapes and put, like, tissue paper in the tops of them so I could re-record over them, and, we would just, me and my friends they'd come over and we'd rap on the boombox and just rap over beats or
So, who do you consider your influences as a hip hop artist? It could be local, it could be mainstream. Like, who inspired you to, to rap?
uh I think as far as like who first made me want to do it, some of the names are the people I always remember listening to was like Tupac, Biggie, Outkast, Eminem, Nelly, just like anybody that was out in like the late '90s, early 2000s. I would listen to them all.
Man, the 1990s, those were the days.
Yeah.
I just want to say, to the millennials out there, if you missed out on the 90s, I don't know what to tell you. Because those were some good
Man.
times. That was just
Yeah.
feel good music, partying, jamming. There was some substance too, I gotta say that. But that was just when hip hop was, things were looking up back then, and
Yeah.
it was raw, it was uncut. There were people that were dissing each other too, so there was the competitive element to it. I like the early 2000s myself, but obviously, it's become a bit polarizing, for obvious reasons. But in the end of the day, you can't please everybody. You're not gonna be a fan of every single artist. So you just stick to the people
That's
that
true.
that you like, that you can relate to, that you actually feel. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and talk about the mixtape, Light Work 2. Um, Talk about working on this project, how you feel about it, and just what was the process like just working on this mixtape.
So for the first one and the second one, I just wanted to meet, like with me being a fan of mainly the older days, people would tell me like, oh, my style is sounds too much like the old times, and try incorporating some of the new styles into your stuff. So those tapes is more of me trying to take what I've always done and adapt it to somewhat the radio style, but still doing me. So I'd find like newer, updated beats like 2 Chainz type beats or anything like that, and just like mess around with them, see what I can come up with. And I recorded, I say probably like 80, 90 songs in the last, let's say almost 2 years. And those two that I've dropped so far, I got the third one coming next month, and that'll be the last one of the Lightwork series. But that one is going to be some of the other songs I recorded during that time period. But it's mainly just all feel good music. There's a lot of like party stuff. Sound like today's sound.
So I'm looking at the track listing right now, and you got some familiar names on there. You also got an artist by the name of Jay Menace. I have interviewed him in the past, so I guess that's how you heard of
Yeah,
me through him. Shout out to Jay Menace, very talented hip hop artist. He's out there in Texas. doing his thing, but he still reps for the KY, so that's dope. And you did a
Yeah.
song with him called "Drop It Low." What was it like collaborating with Jay?
Well, Jay, that's actually the homie. I've been knowing him since I was like probably 15. I've known him since like '08, and because we like grew up around each other and stuff, so we've been making music probably since then, like '08, '09, and so that's just that with me and him. That's nothing new. Like we've been making music for a long time, so that's just one of the many songs that he had the idea, he had the hook, and he already had his verse and stuff, and he was just like, "You want to hop on this?" And I was like, "Yeah." So, and then he was like, "You can put it on your tape." So we just ran with it.
Also on Light Work 2, you got Kevin Gates on this project.
Yeah.
That is a familiar name. He's gotten some success. What was it like collaborating with Kevin? And talk about the song "No Love."
Well, with that song, that was I went through some people that claimed to know him, I guess, and they said they were like doing deals, and that wasn't exactly the most honest business deal, but that's just a verse from a song that came out years ago, but they kind of put it on that one, but it's still it's cool how it came out.
That sounds good enough for me. Old verse, new verse. You save it for something. And
Yeah.
you don't put it to waste. So he felt good enough to put that verse on your song. So and it came out pretty good. So Kevin Gates out there doing his thing. So in addition to Lightwork 3, which is going to be coming out at some point, what else you have? What else do you have work that you're working on as far as maybe upcoming shows, maybe future collaborations, things like that that you want to let people know?
Um, I got a lot of stuff in the works actually. I got the Lightwork 3 coming out. I got a mixtape that's like a no ceilings drought kind of thing, like rapping over famous beats, and that's called Jacking for Beats. That's coming out. I got an album with C-Ray, produced by C-Ray from Brain Sick Music, which is Twisted Insane's label, and that's called Triumph. That one's coming out. We're actually trying to get the finish up touches and stuff on it. We're waiting on a couple features from some people, and once that's done, get it mixed and all that stuff, get it pressed up, make sure it's like put out the right way, and that'll be on Spotify and like any place you can stream music or download music or buy it. Like it'll be on there. So I got those coming out. I'm about to start shooting a bunch of music videos. As far as shows, I got a show May 26th at Penny Pub in Barrington, Illinois, with L.A. Mac for what's the name of it? Mob Action Click or Mob Click, what they go by, and yeah, it's their show. So it's called Slam 2 on May 26th. So if anybody that's in the area, come out and check it out.
So yeah, I noticed the area code in which you call from, 859. That's a Lexington area code right there. So you live in the city once upon a time, I see.
Yeah. I was born and raised in Lexington. I lived there my whole life up until like late 2015, and then I moved up to Illinois for like family stuff.
Okay.
But I still come back and I visit every few months.
That's awesome. So shout out to the 859. Shout out to Lexington. We got
Sure.
we got a lot going on in that city. So that's pretty cool. So Lightwork 1 and 2 is out right now. So go check them out. thanks to you, I know that it's on datpiff.com as well. Both are
Yeah.
free to download. And I see on Lightwork 2, I'm still looking at the track listing. You got Project Pat on there too. You got King Gordy.
Yeah.
So you definitely making moves, man. You're getting some names out there. So that's pretty
For
awesome.
sure.
So and before I let you go, why don't you go ahead and promote your social media links? Where can people check you out? Whether it's Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and also where can people hear your music on the internet?
Any social media. I don't have Twitter, but any other social media, just look up Tres Aurland, TresAurland, and you can find me on there. And then as far as my music, I put it all on DatPiff, YouTube, SoundCloud, stuff like that. And then I got a couple songs that I'm featured on like all the streaming sites. But as far as my actual solo stuff, I'm still getting that stuff uploaded. So it'll be up there within like the next month or so. I'll have the album up and all other songs and stuff like that. So just look out for that.
Thank you so much for being on, Trez. You're battling quite the cold there, but I appreciate you being a trooper and fighting through it. So this is it, man. It's the end of the show. You go ahead and get yourself some rest, man. Get you some medicine, some cough drops, and all of that, man.
Yeah, for you can tell I'm still getting over a cold.
Yeah, I know the feeling, man. It's a pain, no doubt. But you have a good night, man, and rest well, man.